establish connectivity, which would then go a long way in seeing the success of the seat that we issued. We have Mr. Shahid Malik with us, and we're very happy that you're here. We welcome you. Mr. Shahid Malik is from retail banking, is a financial services and project management expert with over 20 years of diversified global experience. He did his mechanical engineering, followed by MBA in international business finance and marketing. He heads SME products, retail lending at Bank Alfala Limited. Very nice to have you here. You will have a lot of people asking you where they can get the money from. And we're very happy that you're here with us. So we'd like to hear your advice on how you can help. Let me read it out. The CPEC initiatives will have enormous economic and strategic impacts on Pakistan in many spheres of our daily lives. What do you foresee as the effects on our investment environment, and particularly with regard to the survival and competitiveness of SMEs in the new market? Will SMEs survive and flourish, or do you think that they eventually will be driven out or need to come up and face the challenge with something more?
Much obliged for the invite. And I speak on behalf of all the financial world or the financial arena within Pakistan. And secondly, I'm very optimistic as well. CPEC has opportunities, has vulnerabilities, and has threats as well. It's up to us how to perceive them. Now, I'm not saying all the answers are correct, no. The resilience within Pakistani community, within the Pakistani SME, the resilience factor is the one which sets us on the top. So I see with a very optimistic outlook that our SMEs are going to flourish. They have the capability to adapt. They have the capability to be resilient in the toughest of times. They operate without power, energy, and all those facilities around. They have been producing and they will continue to produce. They have been adaptive to the circumstances. So this is the name of the game. In financial world, we have seen a little stir going on, where we have started seeing logistics being in focus, warehousing being in focus, and I'm not talking about big companies. I'm talking about small companies, or not even companies, proprietorships. They are being resilient and the first mover even much faster at pace as compared to the larger companies. So I can very well see that on a daily basis. The number of applications put in are much greater in number as compared to the large corporates. They will still try to make up their mind whether to go for an initiative in there or not. But the smaller companies, they're already there. We started off our commercial fleet financing program about an year ago. And I've got my 70-75% are the people who own one or two commercial vehicles. They're not corporates, they're not even medium sized. They're the small sized ones. And similarly, warehousing facilities, people have been asking and seeking help on how to go about setting up an international level warehouse. Not on a larger scale, but on a smaller scale. So I see that happening, the finance is happening, and wherever there is a legit case of financing, why would anybody leave an opportunity around? Same as it is with financial. So being a financial individual, if there is something logical, which makes sense, which has a return, which has the capacity to grow, why would I say no to it? Because people do have an apprehension, no, we didn't get the loan, it's too lengthy, this and that. But there are a set of people who get the money and they're doing pretty good with it. So I cannot make everybody happy around, but majority of them, they do get a chance if they do it correctly. So, in a nutshell, if I put in the whole conclusive discussion, it's going to be a set of, it's not going to be a hunky-dory path. It's going to be a tough one. But considering the resilience of Pakistani community and businesses, they'll withstand. So I'm pretty hopeful.
That's very encouraging to know about our entrepreneurs having the resilience to catch up on the opportunities. And I will take a question to you later on. What are you doing, or what is the investment banks doing if there is a threat from Chinese entrepreneurs and small and medium enterprises? I hold that question. We come to the last speaker of this, and we've been really looking forward to that. Dr. Bakar. Yeah. Dr. Bakar is from Sakkar University, and maybe, yes, I had to give you the credit for that. As he has professionally specialized in development economics with focus on rural economic development, especially rural financial markets, rural livelihood, food security, agriculture and marketing. He has contributed to a vast body of knowledge, has lots of papers and books to his credit. He completed his postdoc from Oklahoma State University, and now he has also managed a collaborative degree program in agri-business between Sakkar University and University of Agriculture Festival. Right. So thank you for being on board, and thank you for coming here to share your views with us. We will again take it into the education arena. With regard to CPEC, what are the effects on education and universities in Pakistan related to knowledge spillovers and convergence? And we would particularly like to know about the absorptive capacity of the economy for regional education.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rubina. And being an economist and then working in the business school, we need to identify where the resources are and how we can meet all those resources. And today we are talking on the economic integration. And before going into the economic integration, with the perspective of the CPAC, we need to look into the geostrategic situation of Pakistan. If you just look in the north, there is the China, and if you look in the east, there is India, and then on the west, there is Afghanistan, and also with the Iran. And then we have the Arabian Sea in our south. In such a situation, if you are asking for the trade, or a country is coming up with the $65 billion, as some moderator put a question yesterday on this, if you have a $65 billion, what would you like to do? We just do the China is why earlier there were the organizations or were the firms or the companies were there to go global. Why there is need for a country to go global? And in the recent past or in the recent 2 decades, the China experienced a high growth rate, and also similarly with India. In such a situation, that there is a question of resource deficiency. They are proficient in the resources, but there is a they are proficient in doing the things, but means utilizing the resources, but they are deficient in the resources. So in this geostrategic situation where the Pakistan situated it is giving the access to the other countries too, and also it is giving strategically location to the China to have more resources on that. And in this all, what Pakistan is banking on, the new economy. And that is the new economy with more $65 billion. And what we are assuming in this if there is $60 billion of investment that leads towards the economic growth of Pakistan. But in this, what we are assuming? We are assuming knowledge spillover. Means knowledge spillover means the technology. And then the innovation and the creativity. And these are all the assumptions. If these assumptions are not fulfilled, then what will happen? And if you particularly talking about the academia and the absorptive capacity, I just put an example of MIT. MIT endowment fund is of about $16.4 billion. That is only the endowment fund. And they are putting a lot of resources in the research and development. On our side, the problem is where the resources will come from. We are only responding to this investment from the China. Yes, true, there is an investment in the Pakistan. And then there is an absorptive capacity and then the knowledge spillover. And from the knowledge spillover, we want to learn in the technological perspective from the China. And in that, if you just look at the frontier, China is very near to the frontier of the resource utilization. We are far behind that. And then when you talk about the absorptive capacity, how you are utilizing that given information. Because in the convergence theory, that is, if you utilize that information in the first section or in the first part, that will facilitate you in the next section. But in the Pakistan, in the academia or in the research culture, the problem is we never go in the vertical way. We always go in horizontal way. It is like all the time, khan phir ek se start karega. Means that we don't learn what we did in the past. As for an example, China was there planning about it in 1991 for this CPAC or to go to make the more connection around the globe. They are going from the north and then in the south. And we responded on that in 2013. And still now, we don't have such an understanding. We are now starting to accept this. Still there is a point we need to understand the CPAC. What? Because everyone respond to the incentive. Yes, incentive is there, but the problem here is the absorptive capacity. Do our economy has absorptive capacity for CPAC? And then the major question with the new economy. What the Pakistan business model is? What the Pakistan business model is? With the exports of only $24 billion, and then you have the remittances of $20 billion. And then what we are exporting, the main exports are in the textile and we are exporting the rice. Same is with the what we are exporting to China. In such a situation, there is a need for the convergence, and then that convergence, how we utilize the technology, that is knowledge spillover, and then how actually we move our frontier up. If we don't move our frontier up, then we can't catch up any developed nation or even to the China. Otherwise, we always remain laggard and we respond late to that. And in the morning, they were talking about the opportunities. Yes, there is a time to respond to opportunities. There is a time. And also for the challenge, you need to challenge yourself to grab that opportunity. Yes, Dr. Irfan was talking about the micro foundations. Yes, there is a need of micro foundations, but there is also need for the aggregate production planning for invariant time. If you incorporate all those things in the production, aggregate production planning, the micro foundations are there. Yes, we need to work on the micro foundations because micro foundations provided for the macro experience and for go global. And if, yes, China wants to be global, we also want to be global. And in this all context, if you are trading, because overall, in the history, we have only 10% of the total trade of the world in South Asia. And in such a situation, if we are all the time asking for increase the exports, for the exports you need competitiveness. And that competitiveness is reliant on the absorptive capacity. So institution, especially the educational institution, should respond in their curriculum. Because there's someone talking to me earlier that what is the meaning of education? It comprises of two things: the knowledge, the skills, and the attitude and your how you are going to respond to that. So that is actually essential to make the part of the curriculum actually. Thank you.
Very well. You have opened the horizon for some very important insights into an important question. If CPEC comes in, will they be producing? Will they be the manufacturers? Will they pass on the knowledge to us? Will we have capacity development to the extent we become independent to be able to run the setup on our own, and that's a very important thing. Or will it all only be us being, I heard about white collar jobs. Do we foresee white collar jobs? So far people are talking about blue collar jobs. So where is the knowledge going to be passed on? Is the technical know-how going to be passed on, which will then make us independent in many ways? Could I take the question to you now, please? Yeah. So we were looking at this thing of saying we export raw material and import manufacturing goods, electronics, etc. And many people have vowed it and supported it, and you have also supported it. But don't you think that by doing that we don't increase our self-sufficiency? Because we always, with manufacturing comes production, comes jobs, comes other things, and if you're relying on someone else to do that, then you don't see that capacity being built here. And how do you see it, since you supported the export and import imbalance?
Yes, you're right that we are exporting raw materials and we are importing high goods. But if we expect it just for with the coming of CPAC, we are going to export the high-tech product all of a sudden, then this is not the case, and this is our mistake to think that. Yes, we can be a part of value chain of some high-tech product. We can, as our light engineering sector is already doing it, and we have to do it in other sectors as well. But if we just look at what we are actually exporting, as many people mentioned, we are actually exporting thread, textiles, and then cereals. And coming to even these basic exports, we are not going to the secondary goods. Even if we go to the secondary goods in that, like food, you process it. You are going to fetch better prices for that. And for the textile, if you're going to produce, you're exporting thread or the raw cloth, why don't you export the garments? That's going to create jobs. And even if we are exporting garments, that garment is not at all branded. The 2 yard of cloth which we sell to the world, it brings only 200 rupees for us. Like actually $1 or $2. But that 2 yards of cloth, when Germany sells, and also it has its own tag on it, then you get $200 for that piece. So that is the huge difference of price we are getting. And also, the countries, there are a few examples, recent examples, the countries which developed through exports, like we have Singapore, we have China. These countries, they gradually, in fact, they directed their investment in manufacturing sector. That's what we need to do in Pakistan. 80% of the investment we get is not directed to the manufacturing sector. So that's how we are going to do it.
I think many people here agree with what I'm saying. Could I take the question to Dr. Jamal? It was nice hearing about your CPEC center. I just wanted to inform you that UMT also has a CPEC center, and we're doing a lot in that area. We are sending a lot of scholars to do PhD, fully funded by the Chinese. So our initiatives are also in that area. When you pointed out about your investments, I didn't see any investment being marked for education. You had pointed out so much is for energy and so much for something else, but you didn't mention anything about education, which is one of the most important facets of this initiative.
Good point, Dr. Rubina, and I agree. Perhaps the assumption on the part of Chinese government and Pakistani government is this, that the public and private sector universities in Pakistan, they would take the initiative and somehow they would be able to generate their own resources and they would be able to invest in the development of courses and programs and curricula which would then serve CPEC and the greater Belt and Road Initiative. So there is a major gap there. But having said that, perhaps still And that is my considered opinion, looking at, for example, UMT or LUMS or Sakkar IPA or many other working institutions, academic institutions within Pakistan and China, that universities, yes, they are facing some issues in terms of limited resources, but still resources, there are certain resources available within the available infrastructure and available budget where certain things could be done in order to develop academic courses and executive programs to support CPAC projects. Once again, we can give our own example that when we set up the CPMI, China-Pakistan Management Initiative, we did not ask the university, the Central University at LUMS or the Pakistan government for any support. We had certain budgets available, and all we had to do was that we had to make certain adjustments within the available accounting heads, and we were able to do it. So my suggestion would be that yes, we should vie for more resources, we should perhaps encourage government to dedicate more resources, but at the same time, we should not stay put. As our colleague suggested, that it's time for change, and the change has to start from ourselves in terms of our own attitudes. Things are happening, and things will continue to happen. So whereas we may continue to wait for certain resources and funding by the government or by Higher Education Commission, our universities and our colleagues and partners in China, Central Asia and Taiwan, and I've seen it myself, they are actively working in that direction. There is a huge gap. For example, I can say by virtue of my own investigation into this that there is a huge gap in terms of academic research on CPAC and BRI in Pakistan. There is a lot of rhetoric. So there is a lot of panel conversations, there is a lot of TV conversations, but when we have to look into how many actual empirical and qualitative research papers have been produced, which could then contribute to or add to knowledge of CPAC and BRI, we do not see credible publications coming at least from Pakistan. Similarly, in terms of executive education, unfortunately, I don't see credible executive education or management education programs. I'm aware that late Dr. Harun at UMT, he was trying to work and make a major contribution in that direction. And this is our contribution, right, Dr. Harun. And also late Dr. Hassan. So I would say that in the shape of Dr. Harun and Dr. Hassan, it's not only UMT but the entire business education sector in Pakistan that is across to credible and working colleagues. But at the same time, we have many colleagues here within this university, within Sakkar IPA, within LSC, within LUMS, and many other universities in Pakistan. I would not be able to name all of them. And I think that perhaps this is an opportunity for us, number one, to identify and recognize the gap, and then perhaps we have to identify certain timelines and benchmarks for us.
Thank you very much for your kind words. Dr. Hassan is always very close to our heart, and we miss him. Thank you for the mention. This is the last question. I've already been told that I need to wrap up. So I'm going to address to the head SME products, retail lending, bank